Most people will never be truly calm under pressure. And honestly, that is exactly why they will never win. You are in the middle of chaos, deadlines, drama, decisions. The noise of the modern world is closing in, and everyone around you is losing it. But you are still. You are focused. You are entirely unmoved. That is not luck. That is not a personality trait you are simply born with. That is a learned skill. And one of the greatest teachers of that skill has 4 paws, sleeps most of the day, and absolutely could not care less about your opinion. Welcome to Felis, Wisdom. Today we are diving deep into the psychology of staying calm under pressure, and we are doing it through the lens of one of nature's most strategically composed creatures, the cat. Now before you click away, understand that this is not about cute animal videos. This is about real neuroscience, Stoic philosophy, and behavioral psychology, all wrapped up in one of nature's most efficient survival machines. Stick with me. By the end of this video, you will have 3 powerful mental frameworks that the world's highest performers use to stay perfectly calm when everything around them is on fire. Let us start with the science of calm. Here's what most people fundamentally misunderstand about pressure. Your brain does not know the difference between a physical threat, like a wild animal chasing you, and an emotional threat, like your boss sending a passive-aggressive email late at night to your nervous system. Both are severe threats. Both trigger a massive release of cortisol. Both hijack your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain responsible for logic, reasoning, and rational decision-making. This biological reality is exactly why smart people often make terrible decisions under stress. It is not a sign of weakness. It is simply human biology taking over. Now here is where the cat comes in. Studies in animal behavioral psychology show that cats operate from something called the observer state. This is a natural baseline of incredibly low arousal combined with highly tuned awareness. They do not react to every sudden noise, every quick movement, or every perceived threat. Instead, they watch. They quietly assess the reality of the situation, and they wait. In humans, this maps directly to what psychologists call emotional regulation. It is the vital ability to insert a pause between a stimulus and your response. The renowned psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl said it best. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. Cats naturally live in that space. Most humans skip it entirely, reacting on pure emotion. So how do you actively build that space in your own mind? Here are 3 fundamental principles straight from feline psychology, backed entirely by human science. Principle number 1. The still body, still mind connection. Watch a cat right before it pounces. It goes completely, almost unnaturally still. It is not frozen in fear. It is deliberately still. Neuroscience tells us that intentional, physical stillness directly lowers your heart rate, decreases cortisol levels, and activates the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your body's rest and recover mode. The most practical way to achieve this is through box breathing. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. This exact technique is used by Navy SEALs before entering combat. It is used by top-tier CEOs before high-stakes board meetings. And yes, it is modeled perfectly in nature by your cat sitting motionless in a sunbeam, looking like it owns the entire universe. Remember this: stillness is never in action. Stillness is strategic preparation. Principle number 2. Detached observation. Cats do not personalize threats. A loud, unexpected sound is not an attack on their personal identity or their ego. To a cat, it is simply data. High performers operate the exact same way. When extreme pressure hits, they do not ask, "Why is this terrible thing happening to me?" Instead, they ask, "What is actually happening right now? And what is the most strategic move I can make?" In acceptance and commitment therapy, this is known as cognitive diffusion. You intentionally separate your core self from the temporary emotion you are feeling. You become the quiet observer of the situation, rather than the helpless victim of it. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus put it beautifully. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Detach from the panic. Observe the facts. Then strategize. Principle number 3. Conserve energy for what truly matters. Cats can sleep up to 16 hours a day. They do this not because they are lazy, but because they are ruthlessly and biologically efficient with their energy. Constant pressure drains you because Most people fight battles that simply do not need to be fought. They respond to every minor provocation. They engage with every digital distraction. They leak their valuable energy on things that do not move the needle forward in their lives. High-level psychology refers to this as strategic energy management. You must guard your mental bandwidth and your attention exactly like it is currency. Because in the modern world, it absolutely is. Before you react, ask yourself this: is this situation actually worth my focus? If the answer is not a strong and immediate yes, then it is a no. Just like a cat that completely ignores a dog barking wildly across the street, you must realize that not everything deserves your reaction. Now let us bring this all home and apply it to your real life. These 3 principles are not just abstract ideas. Here is how you use them starting today. When you feel the pressure rising in your chest, stop. Plant your feet firmly on the ground. Take one slow deep breath. Force your body to activate that still body, still mind connection. When your emotions start distorting your logical thinking, step back mentally. Say quietly to yourself, I notice I am feeling anxious, or I notice I am feeling angry. According to neuroscientists at UCLA, that small simple act of naming the emotion instantly reduces its power over your brain by up to 50%. And finally, when everything around you feels incredibly urgent, write it all down. Categorize it logically. Ask yourself what actually requires your immediate attention right now. You will find that most of it can wait. Most of it simply does not matter. The cat does not waste its time chasing every passing shadow. Neither should you. Calmness is never a sign of weakness. In a chaotic world, calmness is the absolute highest form of power. It is the defining trait that separates the reactive from the strategic, the ordinary from the truly exceptional. It is what separates the meaningless noise from the valuable signal. The cat has always inherently known this, and now you do too. If this video brought clarity and value to your mind, hit that subscribe button right now. Welcome to Felis Wisdom. We are just getting started. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these 3 principles you are going to apply to your life first. I read every single comment. Stay sharp. Stay strategic. This is Felis Wisdom.